Meantime today, some Northwest Indiana residents say they live in no man's land and they don't feel they are protected if a fire was to break out. In the wake of this massive fire last week in unincorporated Calumet Township, residents have a lot of questions, but the answers they're getting don't make them happy. Here's CBS 2's Dorothy Tucker with an original report.
The raging fire at Stash Construction was more than the Lake Ridge Volunteer Fire Department could handle. Neighboring departments came to the rescue with manpower and equipment, but what they didn't have was easy access to water.
Closest hydrants is approximately 3,500 feet to the east.
No hydrants for a 2-mile stretch along 45th Street. In fact, throughout unincorporated Calumet Township, fire officials say there are only 107 hydrants in a community that could use 3 times as many.
As you get a fire around here, you got problems.
The closest hydrant to Villia Tanif's home is at least a mile down the road. Have the homeowners over the years asked for hydrants and water?
Yes. But no one's listening because we don't have the elected officials that live here.
Mike Repay is a local politician from Hammond representing the township. He recently approved a $4.2 million highway project that put in new streets, sidewalks, drainage, but no hydrants.
The reason there's no hydrants is that there was no request to put hydrants in during that project.
They weren't notified.
Chief Booth says the commissioners should have contacted the Lake Ridge Fire Protection District.
They weren't contacted. It was an oversight.
And if a fire happens?
Then what? You're stuck.
Now, there is more construction scheduled for the community in the near future. Residents, fire officials, and politicians all say that the lack of fire hydrants will be addressed.
How unsettling to have the closest fire hydrant be a mile away in some cases or more.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, a lot of them, it's 5, 6, 7 blocks. That means that volunteer fire department has to hook up those hoses and get to them. But they do have water tanks. You know, they have the huge tanks that have the water there. But still, if something huge happens, they're concerned.
When every second counts, too, you don't want to be worried about having to run down the street and hook it up.
Exactly.
All right,
yeah.
thanks.
Thank you, Dorothy.